Hello and welcome to Apple Autos. My name is Austin and today we're going to be taking a peek at the new 2025 Chevrolet Equinox. For 2025 they made it slightly confusing by offering the Equinox not only an EV, which is an entirely different body style, interior, platform, and all of that stuff, and they also are offering a gas-powered variant of the Equinox, which is what we are looking at today. So introducing the all-new petrol-powered 2025 Chevy Equinox. In this video, we're going to talk about the exterior of the Equinox. We're going to head inside and talk about the inside. We're also going to get behind the wheel and take it for a drive and do a thorough review of this 2025 Chevy Equinox. Starting off with the exterior, I am very surprised at the design route that they went with the new Equinox. It has kind of more of a boxy design and it looks a lot like a mini Traverse now. I'm a huge fan of the design. The previous Equinox is a little bit more sporty or sleek looking, where the 2025 Equinox has definitely boxed things off, and I am a huge fan of it. I think it looks much more muscular, much more aggressive, and it's a much better looking vehicle than the outgoing. Just to give you a quick overview of the lighting on the Equinox here, what you are currently looking at is the new daytime running lights. I'm a huge fan of the way these look. Here you can see our low beams. I'm going to now turn on our fog lights, and then here is our auto high beams. So one thing that I am not a fan of at all on this Equinox, and it took me way longer than I want to admit on video here, is how long it took me to turn on these headlights. That is because everything is now done through the display. There are no tactile buttons on the exterior, down by your steering wheel, on the side of your steering wheel, nothing. Everything is done through the display when it comes to headlight controls, which makes it a little bit more challenging. However, 90% of the population is just going to throw them in auto high beams anyway. I don't even know the last time I controlled my headlights, so that's not the biggest deal in the world, but for me shooting this video, it made it pretty inconvenient. However, while we are on the topic of lights, I might as well show you the ones in back. Here are the running lights, here are the brake lights, there's your turn signal. The new front end design of the 25 Equinox I think looks fantastic. This one has the RS package on it, so we get all the blacked out accents, which make it look very aggressive. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of these running lights, the black Chevy logo. We do have active shutters behind the grille here for our radiator, some more active shutters for our intercooler down below. No functional vents here on the side. This is just our light housings. There's nothing for brake cooling or anything like that, but I do think it is just a really great looking front end. I'm a pretty big fan of it. 175 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, 1.5 liter Ecotech 4-cylinder is what you're going to find under the hood of this Equinox. It does have a little turbo right on the front of it there, and it's paired to a CVT. I'm not going to lie, this is probably the most disappointing part of the new Equinox, is that this is currently the only engine that is offered. It's standard front wheel drive, optional like you're seeing today in all-wheel drive. This thing is not the quickest vehicle in the world, I'm not gonna lie. It's very slow, kind of struggles to get up to highway speeds. It takes your foot being to the floor to get up to highway speeds. It is not quick. You're not gonna feel confident merging. I'm not gonna lie, it just isn't the most powerful engine ever, but it is smooth. It allows for a smooth driving experience. For just casually driving around town, I think it's great. For any type of spirited driving whatsoever, this is not a very fun motor. I really hope that we have some other engine options that come in the future, or a hybrid option I think would be fantastic. With this body design, having the availability to have some great gas mileage with a hybrid, as well as some extra pep and instantaneous torque, I think would make this a very fun powertrain. But until then, this is what you get. The angle you are now looking at the Equinox at looks identical to a Traverse to me. It's just a baby Traverse in every single way, and that is not a bad thing. Like this back window taillight coming around the corner, identical to a Traverse, and I love it. I think it looks fantastic. I love the new Traverse. These are really great looking mid-size SUVs. I'm a big fan of this Equinox. I think it's a huge step up in the design game over the outgoing. I have nothing negative to say on the exterior of this thing. It looks great, it looks aggressive, and I think it's now its looks definitely put it on probably close to the top of its class when it comes to price point and overall design, because this thing looks amazing. Let's check out the back quick. Again, the back of this thing looks just like a baby Traverse. The taillights really identify that. And I love the back of this thing. It all looks really, really good. I said the same thing about the Traverse, but it'd be kind of cool if we took the wiper and hid it under this kind of a large deck lid spoiler design. That way we just cleaned up the back window a little bit more, and it's kind of a little bit more convenient for winter when it comes to just making sure everything works properly and doesn't get frozen to the windshield type of thing. So seeing that tucked up under this would be a huge plus in my opinion. But the overall back of this thing does look good. I am a big fan of it. We got a camera here and a camera here because we have a digital rear view mirror that we have the availability to use. I like the design that's going on in the whole trunk, the whole back end. Great looking rear end. They really did a good job with this. Just tap here to open up our power lift gate here on the new Equinox, where we can find a very, very roomy trunk, the availability to fold down our back seats, which gives us even more storage. So it's not going to be an issue at all when it comes to storage inside of this thing. And we even have some under storage here with a spare tire sitting under that. So when it comes to size and overall interior feel, this is a plenty large two-row SUV. Let's hop into the back seat so I can show you just how big. Now, just before I hop into the back seat of this Equinox, I wanted to say that this is currently available for sale for $37,915 here in Northfield, Minnesota at Apple Chevrolet Northfield. If you're interested in purchasing a new Chevy product, they ship nationwide. They work with anybody. So if you're interested in working with a great dealership, be sure to check out the link down in the description below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the back seat of this new Equinox. Now, I do apologize as I'm not working with the greatest lighting right now, but I do have this front seat back in a lounging position. So I would be very, very comfortable in the front seat right now, just to show you the availability of how much room is back here. So that is like almost laying down all the way back in the front seat, and I still am just barely touching the back of the seat. If I scoot over to the driver's side where I am comfortable sitting, I have approximately 4.5 inches between my knees touching the front of the seat. But I'm going to go ahead and sit right on this side so you guys can see me a little bit better here. The back seat here is very comfortable. It's very plush. It doesn't feel like it's a low quality back seat at all. This model is equipped with the panoramic sunroof, so it does have a little bit lower ceiling than most. So if I go ahead and feel here, I have about 2.5 inches until my head hits the roof. I'm about 200 pounds, 5'11", just for reference. I am quite comfortable back here. I can fold down the center area. I have 2 cup holders, a comfortable spot to put my arm, and I also have heated seats in the second row, which is quite nice. I do like the kind of the red and blue stitching going on in here. Makes it feel like America a little bit. And also this the texture switch up and different design changes make it feel, even though they're using some cheaper materials in here, they're making it feel like it's a nice spot to be with the different textures and design movements that they have going on. I think it's comfortable back here. It's a nice spot to be. It lets in a lot of light when you have all the windows open and the panoramic moonroof. I could totally sit back here for a long period of time, but you guys are interested in up front, so let's go there now. I'm going to apologize right off the bat because I'm working with some challenging lighting conditions at the moment, so the lighting may not be the greatest for these next few clips, and I apologize for that. Sitting inside of the driver's seat here is very comfortable. Adds some more plushness than we got in that second row. I could easily sit here for a very long period of time. Love the thick, heavily bolstered steering wheel with a flat bottom. Very comfortable in the hand, makes it feel sporty. Little paddle shifters on the back are kind of awkward. I don't really think they're needed on this particular model, but they are there. Heated and ventilated seats inside of this model here. I really like the butt cooler. It keeps yourself nice and cool. I do dig that. The wireless phone charger is kind of a pain in the butt. I personally have an iPhone 15 Pro, and it likes to hop in and out of charging because of the large camera bump on the back, and that is after I took it out of its case. And I do have a quite high quality case that most wireless chargers do work through. So that's something that's kind of disappointing. The wireless charger is not the greatest working by any means. However, it is located in a pretty convenient spot, but I would not see myself using it very often. It'd be a lot easier to just plug in. I love the design going on in the vents on the driver and passenger side with the red accent in there. They're kind of hard not to look at. There's like paint inside of the black housing that they're in. Very pretty looking. I'm a big fan of that. And the overall interior looks extremely nice, and it's just filled with screens. You got 2 big old screens facing right at you, very driver oriented. I really like that there's physical climate control buttons. It's not done through the screen, unlike the headlights. The shifter's a little bit awkward. It's just kind of this dial, but like a cheaper version of what we used to see on older Mercedes, if you know what I'm talking about. But it works. It's just kind of flimsy feeling, and I don't like the way it it goes into drive and all of that. The display and functionality of everything is fantastic. This is a Google powered system, so you know that you're going to be getting updates whenever they come out, and the tech in here is fantastic. I think it sums up everything on the inside. It's a great SUV. You're going to find it very comfortable. You're going to enjoy it on road trips. Now, let's go ahead and get behind the wheel and take this thing for a drive. Setting off in the 25 Equinox, it's funny, I just threw my phone down into the wireless charging part with my case on, and it started charging right away. So kind of weird. Clearly it's quite finicky, but either way, let's go ahead and set off inside of this thing. Now behind the wheel, I am a huge fan of the steering wheel inside of this thing. Thick, heavily bolstered, very comfortable in the hand. It feels great. I also forgot to mention earlier, it is heated. It has heated functionality on it. Let's go ahead and take this bump here, see how the Equinox takes it. Overall, a pretty smooth ride, a little bit on the stiffer side of things, but it does feel quite nice. It's a comfortable ride. It's going to suit your average commute just fine. There's not going to be any issues with that at all. Now, let's just go ahead and take a right here, and we're going to go ahead and accelerate a little bit to see what the Equinox has to offer. Full throttle. I was full throttle the minute that the wheels straightened out, so as you can see, it's definitely not the quickest vehicle around. It does struggle a little bit with get up and go. However, once you are going, it is comfortable. It's easy to maintain. The blind spots are very easy. It's a very easy vehicle to drive. I just do quite honestly wish that we had a little bit more pep. I think it would make not only the driving experience better, but it might put a little bit less stress on the motor because it wouldn't have to be wrung out so often. Other than that, I don't really have much to comment on behind the wheel of this thing. It's very comfortable. It's super easy to drive. There's nothing that's really fun about it. There's no fun driving dynamics of it. It's a great economy car. It'll get you where you need to go comfortably. It'll get you there safely. It's got lots of safety features on it. I think it's the perfect car for just a great family car. You know, it's super comfortable. It looks amazing. It has all the tech you could possibly want. I don't know what other vehicle on the market right now has the looks and tech that this does at the current price point that this is at. $38,000 brand new, and it looks the way that this looks. I don't think that I would pick another car for just a family commuter. Ultimately, that sums up everything that I have to say about the 2025 Equinox. I think it is great. I'm very happy that Chevy came out with a gas variant to go along with their EV variant because not everybody wants an EV right now, and that's totally fine. So I'm glad that they gave people the option, and I'm glad they gave it a totally different body design over the EV one too. The EV one looks great, but I think the boxy design Equinox is going to do really well. This thing looks fantastic. Let me know what you guys think of the new Equinox down in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious what you guys have to say. So I look forward to seeing you all next time. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to help support this channel so I can continue bringing you great automotive content. Again, my name is Austin. Have a great rest of your day.